Welcome to the Monday Morning Wake Up Call with your host, Kerry Ramage, managing broker at Remax Elite, and Heather Holliday, your social marketing nut, talking about hottest real estate topics with a little weekly activity and motivation for the week. Good morning and happy Monday.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh. And our topic today is gearing up for a productive year. And it's making me sit here as I was waiting through the intro of all the projects that I are sitting around, and I am going to make an effort to get those projects done before 2022.
I did pretty good this year. So I feel we've got my biggest hurdle was figuring out the whole podcast thing, even though I know we were doing the lives. That was big, and it ended up not being nearly as difficult as in my head I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Just getting everything kind of set up and all the graphics, and we do a blog, and I mean, there's definitely a lot to it, but I don't know. That was really my big thing.
I've
got a lot of
I have things like I have bins full of like all the keepsakes from the kids' elementary school stuff that I need to get organized or throw away, quite honestly.
I just have mine in like a tote.
Well, I have it in like 5 totes. And
from moving really helps.
Well, I've moved with these things multiple times, and they're just sitting in the corner of my bedroom where they've been for 10 years. And I want to get down to 1 tote per child.
I have 1 tote for both. I mean, I felt bad like when I was moving and my mom was moving, had just moved maybe a month prior to me. And she gave me all this stuff. Like there used to be this, we had these silhouettes made. They were black. And they're on like these 24 by 36 posters, right? And they used to be on like our doors when we were little kids.
So she knew whose bedroom was whose?
I don't even know why. Just someone, I don't know. They were just made for us, but it was this little cute little, and now it's funny because I bet if I looked at it, it would have looked a lot like Jess when she was little, like the same little button nose kind of thing, which she would never ever say she has my nose, but I'm like, Mom, I don't want this crap. Like I had this huge, we just had one of those big dumpsters put in and I couldn't believe how quickly that thing filled up. And it was just all this crap that accumulated. And it's like, and then even getting rid of all that, it still was like, where was all of this stuff in my house?
Right. Well, I'm, it's funny. Like I'm looking at these totes and I'm like, I don't even think my boys are going to care. And I was like making 1 tote per child was my goal. That maybe one day when they're like 50, they want to look back at this stuff. But they're not going to, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you just throw it all away, but that feels sad too, to just throw stuff away. Or
I don't think, because I know just like me, when my mom gave me that crap, I mean, she gave me this placemat that we had. We had the TV trays.
Yeah, I have that. I have the one with Ian's name on it. The placemat.
So I had a placemat that went on there and it had my name on it. It was this little pretty little girl with brown hair with little flowers and butterflies and flowers all over it. And I'm like, Ma, I just don't want this. The Snoopy poster that was, I don't know. Like, I don't want all this crap. I don't need it. So I figure my kids probably won't want it either. So maybe I'll just keep it. So that way when I die, they just find it and then it'll mean something.
Well, that's kind of the way I was envisioning it. 1 tote
and that seems really morbid, but
I know.
Probably when they'll care.
Right?
That I kept it. I don't know.
It's true.
But it's just stuff I can't get rid of because they mean something to me. And I guess whenever I move, that tote opens and I go through stuff.
I get it. Maybe, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I don't know, but I have that pile in the corner of my bedroom and it's been there since we moved out of our house in 2008. And I just keep adding to the pile. Yeah. I need to get it together. So that's my goal between now and 2022. I'm going to clean through that pile.
And that brings to a good point, because as we do our business planning, it's never just about business. It's really, I mean, we're really all about kind of that circle, just the there's a word, can't even think about it, but it's the balance, right? So
right.
It's personal,
right.
It's the balance. So it's not just my what I have to do is not all business. I mean, it's going to have a part of business. It's going to have something that's personal.
Right.
And it'll have whatever else needs to be on there. And a lot of people, like, when we go over and they're like, well, for example, what do you even put on there? And it's like, it could be, to do this, that's going to be business, but I also have personal.
Right.
So, I mean, there's just.
Right. And just keeping that balance so that you are productive every year. You're not wasting time on minutia or whatever. I mean, it's funny, like, do you need to do spring cleaning and fall cleaning of your closets every year? Hopefully not. Hopefully, if you just keep up with that stuff as the year goes on, and you're like,
pretty much have to do it at least twice a year.
But
I feel, because we're always pouring into everybody else's cup, especially when the market's absolutely crazy. And I feel these last couple years, no matter what side you're on, it's super emotional. It's super highly stressful, I think. And I'm not even out there doing it, but just from listening to people, just because of how the market is, if you're always filling everybody else's cup and nobody, who's filling your cup to be able to give to everybody else. And I feel it's up to us, and that's where that balance really is. So if it's cleaning those totes or doing, to me, I know when I do those spring and fall cleaning of my closet, like, it feels so good to go back in my closet. Like right now, it's not horrible because I did do it. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but I guess it's fall now, so it's time.
Right.
And I want to be able to see my floor really nice again. So
right.
Exactly. Most of mine is all these comforters and stuff like that, because damn dogs like to sleep on it, and they're so sneaky. That red clay. So as soon as I see it, it's like gone next. But it's like, I hate, it's like I really want to clean it so I could go take it somewhere.
Right.
Because it's, kids drive me crazy. Feel like they have to have a new blanket every 2 weeks on their beds. Like, wash it.
I know. My dog is taken to vomiting in the bed, so.
Yeah. That's not
so. Good. But anyway, as we're gearing up for the productive year ahead, we've talked about starting to get your paperwork together so that you know where your sales are coming from and where your deals are coming from. And as you're kind of organizing yourself, figure out which streams of, what do you call it, income streams are working for you and which ones aren't. Which ones are you going to move forward with for next year? Which ones aren't you? Have you set up your CRM?
I mean, that's a big one for a lot of people, and that's really time management. But and a lot of times, we're spending money on all these fluffy systems and tools that we hear about, but we're not working them. I mean, for example, like the first app that, some people, like, they go in there to do it and they don't do anything else with it. And to me, that's one of, gosh, I mean, to me, that's just mind blowing, the technology, and it's just telling you what to do every day with the people that you already know. But, sometimes there are all of these systems that we purchase because, they're all shiny new objects, right? But we don't do anything with them. So you need to figure out, do I need to set up that time to really work it? Because you can't say it's not working if you're not doing anything. And that's where I hear a lot of, well, it doesn't work. It's not any good. Well, have you actually worked it? Because some of these systems are incredible, but you have to put the effort in to make them work as well. And a lot of that is that initial organization from anything that you have, any CRM, I mean, database. I mean, a lot of agents, I mean, they started it out great, got into the business, got busy, stopped doing it. And now it's like, oh, I have 10 years of stuff to do. Well, a lot of times you can get, I mean, I used to pay my kids to do that data entry stuff, delegate, make sure that you can do that. But I mean, it's all stuff we know that we have to do. You may have purchased a lot of systems. Your brokerage, I mean, our brokerages, the franchises, no matter where you're at, may offer a lot of these systems and tools. Sometimes it blows my mind when I'm talking to like Remax agents and they purchase this, and it's like, it's like websites, right? So they're spending $500 on a website that's from the 1990s. They've never updated it then. They don't even know how to upload their photo. They still have the old branding on there from 7 years ago?
Right.
I don't even know if it was, but they don't do anything with it. And they're like, well, I don't get any leads from it. But you're spending between like $250 and $500 a month on it. And to me, that's like mind blowing, because you have this free system that out of the box, you just click publish, and then we could tweak a couple things that may take 10 minutes, and you have a nice website that at least you're saving yourself $250 to $500 a year. Now go put that money somewhere else. So
exactly.
There's so many tools that we have already. We just don't know about it. So I really want everybody to take the time to find out, contact your manager, your broker, somebody that knows what systems and tools your brokerage may have, as well as what the franchise has. I mean, there's so many tools out there, and really it's all about working smarter and not harder, and not putting your money in something that you already get for free or
you already getting.
Discount.
Even there's so many benefits from your board of realtors. We have tons of benefits.
I know ours, they get a free website too.
Yep, you get a free website, and you have transaction management, and transaction desk has gotten better and better. That's a way to do it. And there's also this cool new app. It's not free, but I think it's $15 per floor plan. Like, you literally go and you measure with your phone and you send it to this company, and they draw you up a floor plan for $15. And who used it? Somebody in our office who is not technology. Susan Thorne did it.
Really?
Yes. And she called me up to say, oh my God, this tool is so awesome. And even I could do it. So, there's tools out there that are available to you, like you said, from your brokerage, from your franchise, from your board of realtors, that if you are not using those things that are provided to you, and we say for free, but I mean, certainly you join the board of realtors, so that costs you money. These are the benefits of your membership.
But it's just not spending, an additional $200 a month for something that you're going to get either for free with your paid membership, or that you may get at a discount because you're a realtor or you're with XYZ company. There's so many of those as well. So really, when you're looking, as you're gearing up for your business plan, one of the things, I know last week was a lot about the sources and the numbers and stuff, but look at what you're currently using. What can you maybe get at a discount or a better deal on, or what are you paying that you forgot about? I know that kind of goes with the expenses, but what do you really need to focus on? Maybe there is one of those, those systems or tools that you signed up for that will work because you've heard a lot, but you haven't set aside the time.
And it's funny because I used the first app, but I had them download, all, however many 2,000 contacts I have. So I'm having to weed through a lot of people, which I've heard many times people get discouraged. Oh, well, I had to weed through too many people. But
I tell somebody your sphere of influence database, not
the whole email list.
For sure. That's right. As well as even you could add the online leads, but I think it works best with just your sphere and just your past clients. And I think it works best with that, because otherwise, it will be a bunch of, I saw some crazy names, leads, all the time. And it's just looky-loos or not very serious. Maybe once they get to a certain point, you could add them.
Right.
Because but that is almost like a trial and error. You don't know until you know, but at least it's something that's there.
Yeah, but it's if you're working it a little bit every day, I remember when we first started using it, they were like, when you're in the car loop at school, because I would be at the middle school waiting for Gavin to get out, and you're just sitting there for 45 minutes, that's a great time to work through certain things. Or
that's when I would do all my social media.
Yeah.
I'd just be on my suite, just oh, let me retweet, let me do this, let me do this, let me engage. Da, da, da. So, I mean, I use that using that time. You're just sitting there. I might as well work. And I had to be one of the first couple in the line because I could not deal with that carpool line because nobody knew what they were doing and it drove me crazy. So I would rather sit there for an hour working on my phone to be, my kids knew, like, get out of your class and get right to the loop and let's go. Let's get out of there.
That's funny. Well,
Mama's not
no matter
playing
which
games.
time you go, you're either waiting at the front end or you're waiting at the back end. So you
Yeah,
got to
but
pick
I'd
your
rather be
poison.
waiting at the front end because people just drive me nuts. Just sit in
Yeah.
your car for 5 minutes with your kids talking about how their day was. Like, go, 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 you know? Oh, I do not miss the car loop at
That's
all.
funny.
Oh
That's
my gosh,
funny.
it used to drive me nuts. So I'd rather be sitting there 45 minutes on my phone working and just get the heck out of there as soon as I could.
Yeah, for sure. So this week really is sort of going through your toolbox and seeing what you're paying for you don't need to use anymore, or what you think you might need, and then find out if that's something you already have and you just didn't realize it.
And a lot of that, as you're thinking about your business plan, I mean, really those tools that you want to start implementing, or yes, I already paid for this, or no, I don't, but it's something I want to do, start writing those down because just like when we break it down, I mean, I'm not trying to learn everything at one time. It's that breaking it down is taking it into little bite-sized pieces. So maybe you want to learn this program, so we're going to put it on the month of February. So that is what our focus is for systems and tools for that month, which gives us a whole month. And that's, where that time, allocation goes to really focus, really getting it set up. So you're not trying to do 10 things at one time because inevitably you won't do any of them because you're going to be overwhelmed and then business happens and time just won't happen. So when we do the business planning, we do the bite-sized pieces to make it easier and just give yourself, I love the whole Tom Ferry, the do, doing, done. And that's why I give myself 3 things to do every month. So I have
Yep.
the do, doing, done, and able to cross through as I get done with those, business, personal, whatnot.
I think
And
that's
then
a great
go.
idea. I mean, because sometimes I just feel bogged down by all the things that I need to do. And it's funny. The other day we were talking about how you do transaction management, and we were telling Angela Lawless to use app files, and so Peggy must have been listening to that class because she came in and kind of gave me a checklist, and she's like, "Let's work on this, making this checklist better." And putting it in app files because what's there is really, really good, but there's sort of a lot of stuff in there that we don't even use. And then there's some missing stuff. So let's get that in there and share it with the agents. So that was good that Peggy was working on that because I feel like, okay, we'll start the year off right this year.
Right. And it's baby size. So it's like that's your focus for the month as far as your business goes. And I just think sometimes we try to do too many things and then we just don't get anything accomplished. But I mean, and of course you want to get it all done, right? So you want to do this, and you want to have it done by now. But by
Yep.
taking it bite-sized pieces, you're really able to focus and learn, different systems or tools that you want to learn. By the end of the year, you've brought in 12 new things to your business that's going to help you work smarter, not harder. And that's at least getting something done versus trying to do all 12 at one
At
time
one time.
and nothing will happen. And,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is, spending money and time wisely is because if you're trying to do too many things, you're paying for everything, but you don't have the time to learn all of it.
Right.
And then it doesn't become that habit. So for me, doing something for those 30 days to really dive deep and setting things up for whatever program I may be wanting to do, it gives me that time and knowledge and almost like, okay, I've got that down. Now I can do this in 5 minutes. So now it just becomes
Now,
part of that schedule.
exactly. So, yeah. And make sure, kind of make sure you're thinking about your website, your CRM, your task manager, your social media, your online presence. I mean, I hate to say as the year winds down and we have time on our hands, hopefully you don't have time on your hands. I mean, hopefully you're as busy as ever, But like you said, just a little bite size, just a little bit every day or once a week for an hour or whatever it is, and make sure you're getting yourself ready and more organized.
Yeah, and that's really a lot what the business plan helps you kind of break that down, and just do my checklists, and I go through. I mean, it just stays on my desk, so it's always there, and it's just okay, what are my goals for doing this, and for September, or no, we're in
Right.
October. Oh my gosh,
I know. Can you believe
flying
it?
by.
I know today is my father's no longer alive, but today is my parents' wedding anniversary.
Ah, well, happy
Yeah.
anniversary. Business planning prep, so that we're doing good on all that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're doing all that. Oh, kitchen cabinets I'm supposed to do in September,
Oops.
but I want that lift. Kitchen cabinets, lift, kitchen cabinet, lift.
Right?
Darn it.
How important is
Something's
that?
going on
I mean,
my
the
vision
cabinets
board next
work, right?
year. Oh. I want to do the Brock's brownie thing where I can send them what our vision is, so I can maybe if I get how they when you have like
Yeah,
the reconstruction where I can send them what I'm hoping to do, and I send them a picture of my kitchen. So I'm thinking if I have them redo it and what I'm looking to do, maybe that'll be a little bit more motivation,
right.
and I'll spend my money there versus on something else.
Something else.
That seems more fun. I don't know. The kitchen, I really hate our kitchen. So it just stinks because right before we moved, I waited 7 years to get a brand new kitchen, had it for 2 years, and then we moved. And now we're back to an ugly kitchen. But I know we're trying to wait for winter time to do the housework so we can play, but we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. But I mean,
Yeah.
really just think so last week was, the numbers and stuff like that, just really thinking about that. Now I really want you to think about the systems, tools, the money you're allocating. Are you actually putting the effort into it that you need to make it work? Or is it something, yes, I still want to learn this. I need to add this, to my business plan to really focus on that. And then we kind of work backwards from there. I can't think of anything else. So I guess we would just go into what is our action plan? Do you know what our action
Yeah.
plan is for this?
It's time for you to do an organizational checkup for your home and for your business. So it's been a busy year for a lot of agents, and that means kind of leaving things undone. So as the year is closing out, take a look at those things that are out of sync in your life and what you want to get back in sync and get organized so that we can move into 2020 with a fresh step forward or a
It sounds like you're going to be organizing some bends or totes.
yes, I am.
And the words of wisdom is you'll never be completely ready. Start from wherever you are. I always like to say like progress, not perfection. I mean, that's how we got into video and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people, they spend a lot of time with the organization of this, and that. Like they overthink things. And I think sometimes they're really procrastinating, just getting something done. So that's where I like that progress, not perfection. It's just, you're never completely ready, but just go for it. Start from wherever you are and just hit that
Right.
red record button, right? It's always on the video.
Exactly.
That's it. Make sure to sign up for Elevate. I can't believe it's going to start in 2 weeks. So super excited for that. Go to mondaymorningwakeupcall.com. Sign up for Elevate 2022. And until next week, wake up, kick ass.